Morning, you too. Sorry for the disheveled appearance and I'm all sweaty. I actually did some exercising for the first time in a week since I have time to myself. It's great. But last night was not great. The Leafs returned home to play the Islanders and they were awful. You look at the stat sheet and they outshot them in the end and probably outstatted them in some other ways as well. But right from the start, the Islanders had that edge on them. They had more jump. The Leafs were just very disjointed, panicky. Nothing was going smoothly. They weren't the Leafs. They didn't have their speed game going. They got no sustained pressure in the offensive zone. It was just like they just had nothing going. Despite that, they still ended up out shooting them. Like I said, that's how good they are. Even when they're having a bad night, they can still, they're still in the game. The bad news was that it was revealed that Anderson actually was suffering from a groin injury. That's why he probably didn't start the first game of the back-to-back, and he wasn't ready for last night as well. So Sparks got a second consecutive start, and he didn't look great. A couple of goals weren't his fault. There was a couple of tips right in front that he can't do anything about other than be lucky and be in front of it. But the last goal was right through the wickets. He should have had it. You kind of wonder if Anderson had got that game, would it have been a different story? They ended up losing 4-0, but they didn't score any goals, so it didn't really matter. But it's just one of those games, and these are the games that you count on every once in a while. They're going to throw out a stinker. They're going to get beat by a team they shouldn't get beaten by. It's just the way it goes. So they just have to kind of put this one behind them and get back to practice and get back to sorting things out. So. The other bad news about that loss, it was 4-0 in the end, is that that was Tavares' first game against the Islanders, and they just threw out a dud, which he's probably seething about, I bet. But there weren't any Leafs that really had a good night, but he was probably one of the ones who you noticed had a better night. He was trying. He had some of the Leafs' better chances of what they did have. So. But that's the way it goes, and we'll see what the next game brings. And missed opportunity. Hopefully, Freddie's back, and the Leafs actually the backup to Sparks last night was some guy I don't even know his name, but he was he's a rookie. He's only played I think 40 games in the AHL even, so he's brand new, and they didn't. Otherwise, they would have pulled Sparks, I bet, and put whoever the backup would have been, but they didn't want to throw this guy to the Wolves, so Sparks got the whole game. But the Leafs signed Michael Hutchison from Florida yesterday, I think it was, probably to make up for this Anderson injury in case it is long term, more than short term. So hopefully he'll be there and serving in a backup role for the next game. So yeah, but that's what happened last night, and I expect fully reversed fortunes for the next game. But we'll have to wait and see. Good day to you.